to do today is first, we're going to tap into this group container. And we'll do that by just using our imagination. So we're imagining if there was a container that held all of our group intentions, these group energies. Just imagine we could see that container. Good. And then we're going to do energy work on that container together. So first, we're going to bring up earth energies. And this earth energy is stabilizing, structuring. But to keep this container current, it's also releasing anything that's stuck, that's heavy, that's blocked. Good. And then we're taking some time to really like set those intentions that we have. And as a group, right, that intention could be growth, could be around evolution, specifically today about empowerment. And so we're both contributing to the group intention, but within that, we're setting our own individual intentions. Good. And now let's imagine like earth and universal energies come in to support those intentions. So in example, I'm setting the intention to have it be a group space where resistance gets showed up for, it's like held and released really easily. And I might see universal energy come in, let's say like a deep blue, to support that intention. Good. And now that we've like blessed this container and updated it, let's give permission for this container to support us. So I just imagine it blesses me if it has insight into like what I need to heal. Good. And especially when we make a group container, I think it's important to have the intention to not enmesh with anybody else. And so what I like to do is I like to imagine that my energy centers from my crown and even like centers above that, all the way down through my feet, that those centers are completely individual, but that, you know, maybe like 10 feet above my head and 10 feet below my feet, that we can have a shared group container. But everything within that is still individuated. So if that's helpful, we can use that visualization. And if not, you can just kind of set that intention to be in this group container while still maintaining your own sovereignty and your own energy space. Perfect. And then we're just gonna do some work. I think as a group collectively, like there's just kind of a lot in our space. So first, let's just bring awareness to any energies in our energy bubble that aren't authentically ours. So other people's emotions, their thoughts, their judgments. If we're in any kind of conflict, oftentimes there'll be kind of some tension, some constriction. And as we bring awareness to those energies, we're going to ask that they sit outside of our aura. And once those energies are sitting outside of our aura, we're going to clear our grounding cord and bring up a brand new grounding cord. And we're specifically having that grounding cord be about empowerment. Good. And then we'll put a magnet in front of us and behind us to release energy into. And then we'll bring a sparkly golden orb and we'll use it to recall our authentic energies. These energies will get updated, empowered, enhanced, and beamed in from the bottom of our feet to the top of our head. Perfect. Good, and we should already kind of feel a little better in our skin, a little better in our space. And again, we have our own like personal aura, and then we're within this group container. So it's kind of two layers. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna kick some things up on purpose. We're gonna think of those energies that are just outside of our aura. And I also want us to think about this moment in time. And again, I think regardless of whether we're scared specifically about the coronavirus, or we're not scared specifically about it, or we're scared for our loved ones, or for like businesses, or for the ways that as a country we're making choices, or as a world we're making choices. Regardless, I think collectively everyone is being impacted across the board on some level. And so just tune into like what that means in this particular moment for you. Tune into what that means for people you care about. And again, tune into what that means for the collective human experience. And that should it's getting kind of heavy, right? So we're gonna make some space for that. And we're inviting our heart, instead of constricting around that intensity, we're inviting our heart to open. And as much as feels safe, right? As much as we have capacity for. Perfect. And we're gonna ask the question, what is this moment in time asking from me? What is the need from me? And then the next question isn't how can I push this away or make it smaller or anything of that sort. Is how can I resource around what is happening? How can I create structures? What energies can I collaborate with to be able to carry this weight? Good. Okay, and then as a group, our energy centers are kind of collapsing a little bit, which is okay. So we're just gonna let's clear our grounding cord and bring up a brand new grounding cord. And I'll pick better words. We're pressed against this thing because it's there. We could pretend to create distance, but it's pretend. Um, but that's also not meaning that we're letting that energy collapse us or fill up our energy body or have to be processed in our body, in our emotions, in our relationships. So it's this really in between place. And if it sounds good, if it feels like safe and welcome, there's a lot of like soul contracts that we can release. And a lot of these soul contracts are, back in the day, I think it was possible that there was times that taking things on in our body was the best way to heal them. That's not true now. And so we can honor that commitment to support the collective human experience, but we can keep that commitment while also having it be fun, having it invite us to evolve continually, having dope friends, collaborating with big energies. And so if that upgrade sounds good, we can invite that upgrade in. Cool. It's much better. So we should be feel at least some amount of like clarity, some stability. Um, and so what we're gonna do now is work on our ability to run power through our system. And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna ask our inner wisdom and our essence to collaborate with our guides to evolve our channels and the energies that can run through our channels. And again, if that sounds fun, if you're like, yeah, I'd like that, just give it permission. And we're just gonna imagine like our energy centers get a reset button hit. And the voltage, the frequencies, the densities of energies that they run get to increase in like depth and width. Perfect. Very good. Yeah, we did good with that. And what we're going to do is we're going to give our system permission to match this energy, right? So there's intensity. We can let it collapse us, or we can overreact. And I think the invitation is, what would it be like to match it with our resources, with our understanding of the situation, and in our energy body with the frequencies that we run? And again, let that be fun, let it be gentle. If it doesn't make sense, you can leave it. And as this download around power is coming in, let's hit a reset button on our identity structures. Really giving our identity permission to evolve and include empowerment in our identity. Good. We're gonna hit a reset button on our self-concept. Really allowing how we view ourselves to include feeling powerful, feeling responsible with that power, feeling like we're considerate and kind, skillful with that power. Perfect. And now let's put a magnet in front of us and behind us again. And we're going to release energies into. And we'll release any blocked or stuck energy, but we'll also release any energy that's blocked or stuck, that's keeping us from releasing energy that's blocked or stuck, that's blocking us from releasing blocked or stuck energy. Release all of that too. And we're going to clear our grounding cord and bring up a brand new grounding cord. And as this grounding cord comes up, it's supporting this empowerment. It's celebrating this empowerment. And then we're going to bring a sparkly golden orb. We're going to use it to recall our authentic energies, along with any soul fragments, any identity fragments. Those energies are going to get updated, empowered, enhanced. And then they'll get beamed in from the bottom of our feet to the top of our head. They're going to fill all of the spaces where we cleared any other energies from. And we just did something really big. So let's allow for, again, as much as feels fun and appropriate, for more of our authentic essence to come into our physical form. And I'm just going to bring some different energies to support this and integrating on a soul level, and also just kind of clearing karma in the background. Let these energies integrate gently and sweetly. We'll do something fun. Well, if your guides want to like enjoy some of the processes or things that like I offer, I'll give your guides permission to like airdrop, get some like a Google shared drive over here for our guides to figure this stuff out. And then we'll still take time if you guys have any questions or comments. But we're gonna imagine like our energies get permission to separate so that we're in our own little bubble. We still have access to that group container. And we'll put a magnet in front of us and behind us to really send the energies into. We'll clear our grounding cord and bring up a brand new grounding cord. We'll bring that sparkly golden orb to recall our authentic energies. And then we'll send out that spiritual text message, letting everybody we know, everybody we will meet, that we don't fuck around.